Hey guys, I'm Emily. This is my first video and I'm going to teach you how to press flowers. I'm going to teach you guys how to press flowers and I'm going to teach you a couple different ways to do it. So, one way that you can press flowers super easy is with a book. If you have a book laying around, it doesn't have to be a huge one. This is one that I thrifted actually. It's kind of an older book, so I don't mind putting flowers inside of it and pressing them, and you know, if the pages get ruined, that's fine with me. If you actually go to your local thrift store, I'm pretty sure I got this book for like 25 cents. It's super cute, so that's a bonus, and it's super easy. Or you can use layers of cardboard and you can layer them with paper in between. These are some of the flowers that I pressed and I put them in frames. These are from last spring and they've kind of faded a little bit. There's also dust on my frame. All right. I've been asked how I do mine and it's really easy. What I love about pressing flowers is that whenever I get a bouquet of flowers or it's springtime like right now and there's all these wildflowers growing, I really like to hang on to them. I'll use them for lots of different things, but framing is my favorite. So I'm going to show you some of the flowers that I've already pressed so that you can kind of see the process. So like I was saying, you can use your book method or your layered method. I just got 2 pieces of wood, a top and a bottom, and then I got cardboard and I did square and I cut off the corners. These are some wildflowers that I actually went out and gathered today. I love the options right now. You can't have any flowers that are too bulky. You just might need more weight to press. So I like to get my frames from HOMEGOODS. I found that they have the best prices, and Anthropologie actually has a super similar style to this. They're really expensive. I think they're like $35 a frame at least. I believe these big ones were about $10 a frame, and I think this one was like $5 or $6. That's where I like to go for my frames, is HOMEGOODS. So first I'm going to show you guys the book method. It works better if you have a big book, I will say, if you're going to do lots of bulky things. But I'm just going to lay my flowers in here, and I kind of like to do them different directions, that way there's enough room. And then I close my book and I open it to a different spot. I just kind of do this. So with these ones, with these yellow ones, you kind of want to fan them out certain ways. You can kind of play around with it. I'm actually going to pull off the stem and press them this way. That way they're flat. I'm going to get a couple of these. And I would do it pretty quick. I mean, I feel like they wilt pretty fast. So you can see that they've already kind of lost a little bit of their shape, and I picked these like a couple hours ago. You can pick flowers from trips that you've been on and press them while you're on a trip. I've done that when we've gone to California. I'll definitely collect different, because they have so many different flowers than here in Arizona. I remember my trips that way. Because you can see that the pages are definitely split, this is where you would put weight on top of it. And it usually takes, I've found, about a week to get a good press. If I'm impatient, I'll check on it after a day or two. And sometimes, depending on what I'm pressing, like these leaves, since they're super thin, they dry out a lot faster. With big flowers that are more bulky, like these ones, it usually takes a little bit longer. That's the book method. Now I'm going to show you my layered method, which is my favorite. This is the cover that I made. It says floral on it. I just got random cardboard and I layered all these things. These ones turned out so good. I really love them. These flowers turned into this, just to give you an idea. I think I'm gonna frame these ones. So this leaf is from our anniversary bouquet. It's been in there for a while and it's lost a lot of its color. So it's no longer green. It's more green on this side than this side, because this side has seen the sun and it's just kind of gotten worn out. So I'm gonna put that one out. I'm just gonna put these little guys in here because they're nice and fresh, they're bright, they're colorful, and I really like them. Normally I would wash the frame first, but I'm just gonna go ahead and toss them in. I'm gonna close it. I'm going to lock it. That's why I like these frames, is because they lock. They might move around a bit. Yep. ones are gonna move. Put a little bit of honey inside so that they stick if you run into that problem, which we're running into, but that's okay. So I'll probably open this up, I'll probably wash it, put honey inside, and then they'll stick a little bit better. These ones up here are sticking. It also just depends on your frame on how tight it is. So that's just something, gives you an idea of what it looks like. Okay, so this guy, I'm gonna take off the back. With these flowers, I really want them flat. I don't want them at an angle. Like these ones, I pressed at an angle to where I put them sideways. And you can see these ones have kind of lost their color a little bit too, so I'm gonna redo these ones. If you want them to be open, then I would press them, I would take off the stem and lay them face down. And I just like to use paper, nothing fancy. I'm sure you could probably experiment with using like tissue paper versus paper or other things. But paper does it, and I'll even reuse it multiple times and it works just fine. So now I'm gonna turn that over, and then these are some ones that I've already pressed. So you can see these orange ones turned out really well. They're just ones that I picked outside my front yard, so they're not like my favorite. So something else you can do is totally customize your shape of your flower presser. So that's something I really like about the layered system. Whereas a book, you only have this much space to press something in. Whereas with my layered method, you can make a big square, you can make a tall rectangle, and I've done a tall rectangle one before, and I really liked it for these kinds of flowers. For the tall, if you want to keep a whole flower, you can do that. So put these ones in there, and I can't do as many because it's not very long. That's okay. Press that. I'm gonna take this lid, press down, flip it over, put it over. And then here's some other ones that I've done. So these are tulip flower petals that I saved. They're super soft and they held the color really well. I'm just gonna toss those there. Some of these purple ones. Press it, flip it. So I just like to put big rubber bands around mine. Then I'll put a lot of weight on top of it. You still want to have weight on top, especially if you're gonna do more clunky flowers, so that it really weighs them down. So as much weight as you can get, really, the better they're gonna turn out. So this one's ready to go, and you can see all the layers. I didn't fill every single layer, but most of them. But the wood is nice because you can really put that weight on top of it, and it'll last. Whereas like the book method works too. You can kind of already see that they're starting to be pressed, and it really doesn't take too long. So there you have it. There's your method on how to quickly press flowers. It really just takes a couple minutes, but it's so fun. And if you guys end up creating something, please tag me in it. I'd love to see, but thanks so much for watching. It's going. Okay. These are bad beans. Okay. I'm super excited about it, so let's learn. That was horrible. Hey, I'm Emily, and I'm going to teach you guys. This is so hard.